My name's Jack Cadis, and I'm walking an outline of the United States. Well, actually, I'm walking an outline of the United States. My name's Jack Cadis. Here's right now. This episode's probably going to be about an hour. I can't sleep, and I'm fired up, and I'm in a hotel room. I have Wi-Fi. I have a brand new iPhone. This is pretty cool. I have multiple hats. This is what I wanted to start off talking about because I have also remind me, don't stand up because I don't have pants on. But I have hats like this hat in particular is probably one I'm gonna call my friend Harris. I think is my plan here. But before I do that, and I don't know if I have his number on this cell phone because I have 4 cell phones. I don't have it. Maybe we'll use him as like sort of a bailout. I don't know. I'll call him just because I think the only reason really that like I'm and once again I don't have pants on, so bear with me. The only reason that well, that's not okay. Not the only reason but what I'm trying to say here is I knew I was gonna make so I'm laying in bed, right? And I've been laying in bed up late. It's like past midnight for the past couple nights. And I've been like beating myself up about it, but not recently, 45 seconds, a minute and a half ago, I was laying in bed and I kind of thought to myself, here, this should actually help with, if you're getting some vibration noise, this should help with that. A towel under the phone. Might still be, it's okay. I was laying in bed and I was I kind of like regained that ability to be like, so I think I compare myself to past versions, like past routines and stuff and everything, like past times, where it's like that's just as damaging as comparing yourself to other people. It's like that past version of me, it's gone. It's like it's always about tomorrow. And don't let that stress you out, Jack. I'm talking to myself. But just kind of breathe. Let that be like exciting that you have it tomorrow to look forward to. So anyway, I think I'm going to call my friend Harris and just share some of this, like, hopefully he's awake. I know it's late at night. But also, Harris is Pakistani, not Indian. One time I called him Indian, and he snapped at me and said Pakistani, and I'll never forget that. And actually, watch him be Indian. We'll ask if he picks up the phone. But I don't know. Anyway, I got up, checked the comments on the last video, which is only a minute long, even though I promised an hour-long video. And Harris was in the comment section, and he wrote a nice comment. The ending of which actually I didn't quite understand, but hopefully he picks up. Let's see.
Your call has been...
Let's double call him. Please pick up. I won't even tell him we're live. I won't tell him. I'm not going to tell him. I don't think he'll pick...
Your call has been forwarded.
Dang. Anyway. Just gonna be you and me. So, let's start at the beginning. I know I just kind of like said a whole lot of stuff there. I kind of want to set my everything straight, explain what's next. I'm gonna treat you like my therapist, and with the hope, I don't know if like with the hopes that I could do this tomorrow, or I know I think I was talking so fast when this video started that like I brushed over a ton of things, and like I went on like all these tangents and branches in such a short amount of time, and I never stuck with anything. So, like I said, I'm currently walking an outline of the United States. I am in a hotel room. Let's just zoom out and out and out and out. So I'm currently in Coconut Grove, Miami, which is Florida, the United States. It's the southern part of Florida. I'm gearing up to walk the Keys. I began my walk on the North Carolina-Virginia border. That's like my credibility, I guess. I've been doing these long-form podcasts for a long time, and when I talk about that, or I tell someone that, or I bring that up to someone, it's like a pride point of mine. Like, look, I've done this I've done this podcast for so long. Look, it's supposed to be impressive. Like look at all these 1-hour videos where I talked with myself and the camera for such a long time. And I think it kind of creates like a toxic work environment because I never stop posting, right? I've always made a YouTube video every day, always, over and over again. But I do think that I've been like, okay, I compare myself, like, this video is not the best YouTube video I ever made, right? I kind of think this YouTube video isn't the best YouTube video I've ever made. And that, I think, kind of just I don't know, that kind of gets me, that, like, if I don't believe it's the best thing I've ever made and I'm posting it, it's kind of like, I just kind of feel like, well, why isn't it? Why is it not? Like, it should be, you know? And I'm excited for this video in particular. We're at the 5-minute mark, and I can tell you 100% so far, this is the best YouTube video I've ever made. And you might say, why? Why is this the best YouTube video you've ever made? Well, I could say something indirect, and I could say something direct. We'll do both. Start with direct. This is directly the best YouTube video I've ever made because it is a simulation. It is the next brick in the tower of YouTube videos that I've built, if that makes sense. This is the best YouTube video I've ever made because behind it comes 3,100 something YouTube videos. Behind it comes 2.5 years of not missing a single day. Behind it comes all the days where I YouTube. That's why this is the best YouTube video that I've ever made, directly. Indirectly, there's like a trillion reasons why. One of them is on my head right now. This B is actually an L and a B. Brandon Lawn Real Estate. Listen, I never bought a house before, all right? I don't have my real estate license. I know someone who does, a couple people who do. I never been in the market. I don't even, you know. Brandon Lawn is a parent of one of my very best friends. And he mailed me this hat. And I think, you know, I can't say why he would do that. I can't say, I can't put myself in someone else's mind. If you're a longtime listener of me on YouTube, you've probably heard me say that a ton of times, which is probably only 10 of you. And to the 10 of you that listen and watch all these videos, Valentine, to name one of you in particular, that's just the one person that I know is you know, that is here. You guys, you got to get ready because it's all of a sudden, you know, this comment. I'm walking in outline of the United States. I finally have like this hook, this like, why should you care about me? This reason for people to have me in their headphones, all of this. So I don't know, you know, get ready, I guess is something I could say, or that doesn't, anyway, I'm like excited. I'm like excitement maxing. I don't want to do that. But anyway, I can't say why I have this hat, right? But it's kind of like I've reached this point where, and I know, you know, those who know me and know what I'm doing, you guys probably know what I'm trying to say here, even if I can't seem to say it. This hat just sort of represents, I don't know, like a certain level of success, a certain level of like accomplishment. It's like, why would I have a hat on from Brandon Lawn Real Estate? And I can't explain it to you. I can't, you know, I don't want to like pick a sentence or a paragraph of words to try and explain how this is on my head right now. It's more of like a bigger picture, broader thing that honestly just makes me very proud, very happy. So with that being said, you know, those are the direct and indirect reasons, trying to keep a, you know, straightforward path of speech and thought. Let's move and transition to something else. I feel like maybe I should talk about something I don't know. I could talk about things that I don't like about myself because I'm talking about things that I'm proud of, right? Like, look at this sugar drink. And I have like a cookie, half an eaten apple pie, and a full apple pie right here, waiting to enter my mouth. Another sugar drink, what's left of it, and a milkshake, which I don't need to bring over to the screen because it's just all the condensation has come to the bottom and it's just like lots of water. So speaking of water, I have water also. But also, you know, I look out to my left and I can show you. You see that? You see that? That is another that's another thing that in particular tonight that maybe has me, up out of bed with the camera in my face. That's a skyline with, lights as far as I can see, neighborhoods, streets, bridges, skyscrapers, houses. I'm in Miami. I can't stop saying it like that. I think it's so funny. I'm in Miami, and yeah, I think that I've come such a long way. Maybe this shouldn't all be about me, but it is about me. I mean, this is like the nature of my job. This is like sort of why I'm like really, I've been chomping after this sort of career path for such a long time, because I think it's very healthy for me to, have this space where it genuinely is all about me. Because I think that I think I do better, and I think I provide more to the world. I'm more valuable. I create more value when I'm just like super self-absorbed. I think when I'm able to just like totally be like the center of everything, the room, the conversation, the whole everything is totally about me. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm like worth the most, which kind of like, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? Just those combinations of word, like, I mean, duh, that's sort of like 2 + 2 = 4. I feel like everyone would probably think that way. And everyone has these pockets of their own life, I would imagine, where they're the center of it. But for some reason, I think mine pocket has grown, has taken this sort of foothold as like, I need also, like, it's important for me that people recognize this in like their own way, which I think has been a big hump for me to get over, because I think when I started this, I didn't really know what that would end up looking like. I didn't understand, like, I knew like the broad idea of like, I need this to be like totally about me, but I didn't know what that would manifest into. So it's pretty interesting watching it turn into walking an outline of the United States. Something funny is my memory. I actually was scrolling back through my Instagram before I started walking, and it turns out I actually had been announcing it for quite a while in the coming weeks. I wouldn't say months, but coming weeks. There was like a couple weeks where I was actually announcing like, hey, I'm walking an outline of it. Like I said that. I said these words: walking an outline of the United States, walking the border of the United States, walking around the United States. I said these things, but for whatever reason, until I just went back and saw those videos earlier tonight, I actually didn't remember it that way, because I go on these podcasts now and people interview me and things, and they're always like, how did this come about? How did this happen? How did this happen? And I'm very inclined to say I just kind of left. It's just whatever. Because I think it was just whatever, even though I was announcing it and all that. I don't think I believed my announcements, if that makes sense. I think that I was totally prepared, and I still totally am prepared to like back out, because I don't think it matters to me. It's so funny because I feel that, like, if you really ask me, if you really care about me, and if you really, which are at the 13-minute mark of a 1 hour long video, so I can only assume that you may care just a little bit more than the average Instagram viewer. I'm averaging below 100,000. That's okay. Let's try to stay sort of on our linear path. Let's not get sidetracked. So it's just funny how I didn't remember it the correct way. I think I thought that I don't know how I thought. I think what it is that when I'm being interviewed or when I'm on a podcast, I like to put myself in the shoes of the person asking the question. And that's dangerous, like always. I've already said this earlier in this episode alone, because you never, it's hard enough to think for yourself. So to think for someone else is just twofold, and you lose yourself, and it's tricky. But I do it anyway. I can't help it, because in that moment they're interviewing me. So it's like, well, I care about me, so I care about this interview of me. So, so it's kind of like I end up there a little bit, I don't know. And I think to myself, well, if I was interviewing someone and I was asking them this question, say I asked someone, hey, like, how did this happen? What's the meaning? Or like, these really short worded but deep cutting questions. what am I looking for? What kind of feeling am I hoping to achieve from whatever answer this person might give me? In this case, that person would be me, but of course I'm in the third person world floating around everyone else's head. And I don't really know. So I try to just sort of pick something really fast, like maybe I don't know. I just end up picking something really fast, and I think what just ends up coming out of my mouth as the person that's being asked the questions is just sort of like, "Oh, it's whatever. I just left," or it's like, "Yeah, I didn't think too hard about it," or like, "Yeah, I'm still on a day by day basis," or this, that, which I think is cool. I mean, I'm not bringing this up to say I think I should change that. There's plenty of things that I think I should change, but that's not, why I'm. This is on my mind. I don't think that I'm thinking like that. That's up for any sort of, what I'm saying, vote. I'm just trying to give you an insight into my life and my mind and my thoughts, because for the fourth time already, I'm walking an outline of the United States. My name's Jack Cadis. Here's yesterday. I hope that this tagline and this saga and these views and these past 2 months have brought you here. It's exciting, and I want to tell you. That one of the most important things I've been growing into is I don't care. I don't care why you think that this is the video that you want to listen to or you want to watch. I'm just so happy that you're here and you're watching and you're listening to it. I know a lot of people, or at least maybe myself, I think I always see this path of thought sometimes in front. Like right now, for example, I could say, well, I could tell you, oh, if you weren't here before, if you weren't a recurring watcher before I started doing anything of interest, then I don't want you. We don't want you. Like click off the video. Like we don't care. But what's the good in that? What's the point in that? And another sort of thing that happened to me along that same reasoning was recently. Also, my hands look just so strange in this lighting. Like, I don't know if I'm just staying up too late, or I have no worries in the world right now. I'm not going to wake up until like 10:30 tomorrow, so I still have plenty of time to be awake. Maybe I'll cut this video off sooner than later. Maybe I won't drag it out completely to an hour. I know that there are certain aspects of me that's like very like, oh, I'll do this, and then I don't do it. But yeah, like I said, like I have no problem with that. Like this is truly where I'm at in my life, and me. It's like sometimes I just don't keep my promises. Like these are the things. Like this is why I don't have a girlfriend. I don't. This is why I don't have, I'm not finished with my degree. I'm not currently, this is why before I left for my walk on the outline of the United States, I didn't have a job. Because I think that I have this like I don't want to say toxic, but like this like extremely synthetic, maybe. I have a overwhelmingly synthetic, which is created, man-made, and I feel like I'm totally responsible for it. I have extremely synthetic belief in myself that transcends, almost everything. And I feel that that's really in the end what's going to put me in these places where people, look at me and say, well, how did you get there? Because I've never really looked up at someone and thought, oh, how did they get there? I won't act like, oh, I understand. I won't say like, oh, Obama, like, yeah, he just did this and this, and if I wanted to do it, I could do it. Or like LeBron, oh yeah, I understand it. No, I don't. Or Tiger Woods, or Pele, Messi, Ronaldo. No, I'm not gonna say like I understand it. But I'm also not gonna say that I'm like thirsty or hungry for some sort of like answer to a question about, like that's not, what am I trying to say here? Can you tell that I have a ginormous ego in this moment? It is 1:20 a.m. and my ego is absolutely through. Does this happen to you guys when you're up late at night and you just like, maybe you're looking in the mirror? Right now I'm staring at myself. That's a problem. And like, you're just like, I am the greatest person to ever exist. Does anyone ever have these moments when you're up and it's 1:20 at night and the light is on and it's like we weren't even supposed to have lights as human beings. I don't know who invented the light, but I have like 8 of them in this room alone. Not to mention like, I mean, I got this one too. Like, I don't know how I ended up with 8 lights and or no appreciation for them whatsoever, but it's 1:20 in the morning and I don't, the lights are on. The lights are on. And also I have this. Do I have like a napkin or something? Because I want to drink my sugar drink, but it's so condensation-y that... Anyway, I have some more things to say. We're going to run through a couple more things. I think that I don't know if we'll make it to an hour. We're at the 20-minute mark now. I have more to say. A lot of things I feel like, lately at least in the past 48 hours, I feel like I was trying to dump a lot on my mom, which is great that she's there for me and she's a great listener, but I don't think that... I'm not going to say wasted, but like I feel like maybe I have a better phone call with my mom when it's a good balance of like, hey, this is what's going on with me, and also like what's going on with you. And lately I just feel like I've done a lot of dumping and not so much listening. And I think maybe it's good if I can, let's do a dump test. Let's push the dumpage and dump on you, because we're going to dump on you, and we're going to dump on this video. We're going to look at the view count tomorrow. We're going to see how many people watched this video, what they thought about it, I'm interested in the comments. And also, maybe tomorrow I do like a 10 minutes split. That could be interesting, because today this is a 1 hour straight. So what if tomorrow, because technically like this will put me ahead, right? I'll be able to schedule this video for 7 a.m. tomorrow. And that's exciting, because tomorrow I'll wake up and my YouTube video will already be covered, and that'll give me the space to say, oh, well, might as well cover the YouTube video for tomorrow. And when you're ahead, it's like, well, now that I'm ahead, let's get really ahead and not only cover the video, but make it just a little bit better, because I have the time. I have the luxury of time to think about it. I can imagine that happening. Once again, you never know. I think I'm really good at looking out for my future self, because in the past 48, 72 hours, I made a lot of different decisions that I think, change things up. And change is hard, change is scary. But in the end, I feel like they kind of led me to being able to do this. This is my first ever podcast episode, 1 hour episode since... long before I even left. I was struggling to put out a 1 hour episode even when I was back in Charlotte before I even left. Where'd you leave to, Jack? What am I doing? Oh yeah, well, I'm walking an outline of the United States. My name's Jack Gatus. Here's yesterday. Yeah, so I wonder what will happen if I try to put this video through my editing timeline as well. Will it be able to handle it? I'm not sure. I'm not seeing a napkin right off the bat. What I might do is I might just take this off this. Okay, this is what's making the noise, by the way. So now there's no more noise on the table. And then if I have this towel, then I can feel how bad this is for my heart, by the way. Like, every time I take a sip of it, like, my heart just kind of goes like, but it's like, I'm walking out in the United States. Number 2. Okay, so there's more to talk about, and I'm excited. What do you guys want to hear about below? Okay, so if you've watched this far into the video, no, I'm not going to do that. You don't have to comment. It's okay. I don't need to know. I was going to say, like, comment down below which one you would hear about, even though I'd probably end up talking about all 2 or 3 options that I would give anyway. Like, which one do you want to hear about first? I'll just pick one. Should I list options first? And then so maybe I can try and... Maybe that'll be a good test of, like, lucidness. How with it am I? If I can list 3 options of different topics that I want to address, and then address them one by one at the end of, addressing one topic, am I able to call back to the 3 options I gave and go off the next one? Am I able to remember, am I able to sort of set that up as like we'll try. Why not? Because it's good for retention. It's good for my brain. It's like a retention both ways. A little bit different on your end than my end, but a little bit the same also. So we'll do I Met a Damn Killer. That's topic number one that I 100% have to. I have to talk about. I have to talk about this. I have to talk about this. Number two is gonna be. Number two is gonna be. What's number two gonna be? Number two. Number two could be. I don't know. I'm like right back in there in my old podcast days. Like, do I want to bring up a topic that I feel like is maybe like should I talk about that? I don't know. No. Okay, we'll just talk about I Met a Damn Killa. Okay, so if you don't know, I'll show you on this phone right now. A Damn Killa has 1 million followers on Instagram. He is a worldwide trending music artist on Spotify. He had very, clearly, for me doing what I do, I just believe I have to believe this. He had very big goals and he has accomplished them. He probably has even bigger ones now, or maybe even bigger ones from before that he still hasn't reached, but it's safe to say that he's either accomplished or on his way. I'm a super big fan of him, A Damn Killa. If you're watching this, that's the first thing I should have said to you when we met. I didn't say it. It was a very quick interaction. And I feel like I'm a bit responsible for how quick it was because I was just so nervous. But anyway, this is a count right here. It's going to show backwards also. I just realized that. So, what I could do is I could screenshot it and rotate it. Hold on. Edit. Wait, can you not like crop? Save to photos. Am I gonna go and do this on this? Can you tell I've had a podcast for a long time? I just don't care. But I care enough to talk the whole time. I know I've had these podcasts where I just like don't even speak, and it's like, you know what I'm saying. Here we go. Okay, now that it's rotated, there we go. It's backwards for me, but forwards for you. So that's A Damn Killa on your screen right now. If I'm in your pocket and you're listening to me, you can take your phone out and you can look at the screen. I'm still holding it up and I'll keep it up for another 10 Mississippi. This is A Damn Killa. He has 5,459 posts at 1.2 million followers. Very, very, very impressive. I think what I admire most about him is his post number. That 5,459 is no joke, people. You have to understand what it means to post on Instagram. I just feel like it's, I think that you can really get lost in those high numbers. You can really get lost in those, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, he's just, I really just like him. I don't know what it is. From the internet, I just like him. So now, here's how I met him. I'm walking into Miami Beach. This was 3 days ago now. I have Rick by my side. Rick found me at the very, very beginning of my walk, and he had been with me for about 5 miles or so. Rick, to me, was very intelligent, very straightforward, very with it, very healthy. I liked being around Rick. Rick had positive vibes, and I liked him by my side. Rick was cool. I like Rick. Rick and I are walking down the street. We just passed all these really high-rise buildings with lots of glass on them. And to the best of my memory, behind me, I heard A Damn Killa. It sounded like he was maybe 2 steps behind me. And so it registered in my head. I heard him in my left ear. Rick, I think, is on, I can't remember what side. I want to say he's on my right side, but who knows? And I heard A Damn Killa's voice, unmistakable, because, listen to it. Oh, I forgot this is a screenshot. Listen to it.
To somebody you would get stuck in the elevator with. Ooh, elevator buddy. Ooh, you my elevator buddy, ain't you?
See? His videos, he's hilarious. And his voice, and if you might not understand, me and A Damn Killa understand. You might not get it. But me and A Damn Killa get it. When you're on the camera and the camera's recording and you're speaking, you really kind of like, your throat kind of opens up. Like, I think all day, it's like that window, you really prepare your throat for the time where you are on the camera. It's like when the camera's filming you and you're being filmed by the camera and it's your time to speak, you're projecting just a little bit more than maybe you normally would. It's just kind of like your camera voice, maybe. And I think when you do this like I do it or like a Dan Killa does it, I think I'm getting sidetracked here. Regardless, I just love this guy so much. Like, so anyway, I heard his voice and it was unmistakable. I heard it, like I immediately heard it. It kind of sent like all these connections to my brain happened really fast. Like, wait, I heard this, I heard this voice, but my phone's not out and I'm not scrolling Instagram Reels. I'm not watching a Dan Killa on my phone, but I'm hearing a Dan Killa behind me. So I'm like, wait, this isn't happening. Is this happening? And I turn around and it's like, I'm almost like scared. I think I was like scared to look at him, if that makes sense. Like, I think I was a little bit scared to look at him because, it probably took me like 0.2 seconds to turn around, see his face and realize it was him. And when we turned around, I think that's when we stopped. I don't know if we stopped walking the minute I turned around, but it was very fast. I think I spoke a lot. It would help if Rick was here. Rick could say, but maybe Rick blacked out just as much as I did. I think what I said was, "Oh my gosh, I recognize you just by your voice." Then I think I said his name to him, maybe. He probably said, like, "What's up?" His girlfriend was beside him, or a girl that was with him. I don't know if it was his girlfriend. I don't know. I think it is, just from... Anyway, and hold on. What else? Then I think the next thing I said was, so I turn around, scared to look at him, right? Then I tell him, like, I recognize you just by your voice. And then I said, and notice, like, I'm not able to remember or recall what he said. I know that he probably said some things, but I can't even remember because I was so freaking, like, jittery and, like, I couldn't even handle the situation. Because I'd imagine he was saying things. We're going to get to the first thing that I actually remember that he did say in a second, after I tell you that I then told him I'm walking an outline of the United States. My name's Jack Cadis. Maybe, here's yesterday, maybe you've seen me on your video, or on your Instagram. I feel like maybe he said back then, I feel like I have seen that, or it sounds familiar. Maybe both those things, maybe one of them. And then I probably said, like, I can't believe this is happening. And then he said, film it. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. So I pulled this camera out, this phone, and I put it out like this. And I'm walking this way, and you're a damn killer. And I'm like, I start filming, and I just start like, the joy is just pouring out of me. Like, I can't believe I'm meeting a damn killer. Oh, I can show you the video, and I'll mirror the video so you can watch it the right way around. Actually, that probably doesn't matter. But I'll show you the video now. I'll play it for you so you can see. I posted it twice, technically 3 times. Here's the video. So so the video starts, you're not gonna be able to hear him, but the first thing I think that he says is probably not that many people doing that sort of thing, maybe, which is crazy for me to hear him say that, because he's kind of just saying it in a normal voice. Like, I don't think it's registering to me because he's not like yelling it, if that makes sense. Like, he's not like, he's not saying like, probably not that many people, like in his voice, and that he does his videos. He's kind of just saying it normally, which is crazy because, like, I have the video and I'm watching him say it, but I don't really remember him saying that at the time, if that makes sense. And maybe that's why, maybe that's part of the reason why, because he's not using his video voice. But I'm just saying that just in case you aren't able to hear when the video starts.
Probably ain't that many people doing that. I can't believe this. A damn killer walking the outline of the United States.
I'm walking with him. Which state we going to next?
It's just
We going to the next state.
Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama. Alabama, we next.
We next.
Probably let me keep doing it.
So that's crazy. And after that happened, we finished filming it. I think we exchanged a few more words. And I felt like I wasn't really able to. I didn't really get that like sense of connection that I think maybe like I was hoping for, or when I look back on it, I kind of regret not searching for. But what does that even mean, sense of connection? You know, like, is that just a me thing? Maybe. I think what I mean by that, if we are just talking about me things, which, you know, if we're going to get real, that's the only thing I really can tell you if happened or not, is things that are relating to me. I don't know what was going on through his head. I can assume, but that's just a waste of my mental energy. I think I think just going forward, I'm sure I'm going to meet more of my idols. I almost like know for a fact in New York City I'll meet Casey Neistat. I think it's like I know for a fact I will. Or I don't know for a fact that I will, but like it's kind of weird that I just met a damn killer. You know? Like I feel like I don't know, I feel like well, I don't know what to feel. I just think that, like, I wish that I was more ready or something. I don't know. It was just such a crazy thing that I'm, like, still processing it 72 plus hours later. I congratulated him on being with his girlfriend. His girlfriend, I think, asked me where I started. I said Virginia, 73 days. I hope I didn't cut anyone off. I hope I wasn't rude. I think maybe I was talking really fast. I'm sure I came off as very nervous. And through my experiences, as I'm meeting more and more of you, I know for a fact that when you guys are very nervous, it makes me nervous to an extent. I don't know, you know, a damn killer is probably, he's been in the game much longer. Maybe he was. Anyway, to sum this up, then we say goodbye, and they turned around and walked the other way. Mind you, when we met, we were walking in the same direction. So I now sort of have this moment where it's just Rick and I'm kind of like, that was a damn killer. I just met a damn killer. Oh my God, I can't believe I just met a damn killer. And I realized, like, wait, how did I just run into a damn killer on the street? And then it's starting to click, like, wait a minute. I'm out here, I'm posting my location every single day. Like, it's what I do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just met a damn killer. What are the chances of that? Still, you know, it's still crazy. What are the chances of that? And I don't know like why this would matter. I don't know like what this changes. But it's like, I met a damn killer, I think because I was walking an outline of the United States. And then it's like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no way to know. There's no way to know. There is literally no way to know. But it's just so crazy that it happened. And I think that, like, holy cow, like, it's so crazy that happened. And I'm thinking about it, and it's just like a mind-blowing occurrence. Like, I really met him. I stood next to him. We met each other. Like, I felt like I didn't know that I could meet a damn killer. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't know that I could. It's not that I didn't know that I could meet him. Like, it's not that I ever thought he was like AI or anything, but like, I did not know that. I don't even know what to say. Like, I just had no idea. I had no idea that it would like, that it happening would make me feel like this. And I think my takeaway from that is this sort of, I think after I met him, so even when I met him, actually, I was kind of, intentionally trying to change things up, like find a new avenue. I just kind of felt like my videos were same old, same old. I didn't feel very like proud of them. I was just sort of going through something where I think I was just comparing myself to myself, and it was kind of a negative. And I was just like, searching for a way out of that. And I think I was finding it. And I think I've, found it, and I'm still finding it. I'm like pivoting to like that next thing. And I met a damn killer. And it made me feel so much. I just felt so much. Like, it made me feel so much. And I kind of like believe in that sort of thing. And I know that's like kind of abstract. Like, what do you mean you believe in feeling so much? But I just sort of, I believe in, I believe in like, through my experiences and, from how I've grown up and, how I've gotten here, I just feel like feeling so much is like, maybe it's something that like it's something of the youth. Like when you're young, everything has always felt so much. And as you get older, feeling so much is more rare, I guess. So I feel like maybe I'm like just chasing youth or trying to promote youth and other people. But like some people, I think, feel that when they meet me. They've watched me for almost 100 days now walk down the coast towards where they live. I know there's hundreds of people waiting for me in the Keys. Maybe they're unsure if I'm going to walk the Keys or not. I had someone pay me do my first cameo, and they didn't even want me to say happy birthday or hello to their friend. They just asked me if I was going to go to the Keys or not, which the answer is, and here's the answer for free, I am going to the Keys. Because the Keys is part of the outline of the United States, simply put. I believe in that. And I think it's why I'm doing this, at least lately. I think it's why it's so exciting that, I have this opportunity to bring that feeling to all those that I care about as well. I have 2 younger brothers. My cousin Dylan currently manages my email. She has a business meeting with someone that she's interested in, on terms of me, on account of me tomorrow. My dad just opened an LLC called Here's Yesterday. And these things don't really mean anything by themselves, really, at least to me. But together and, in the scheme of things, to me, it's like this opportunity. Like, I have this opportunity because, like, so what? I finished the outline. So what? I do something else that's 2x greater, 3 times greater, 5 times greater, 10 times greater. But maybe I'm able to sort of, give this, maybe, these people, my dad, my cousin, my brothers, my mom, maybe I can sort of like give them, what we were talking about earlier, that feeling, like the feeling of like, I don't know, like youth, like young, like, I want to say happiness. I don't know if it's happiness. It's just like sort of, it's like an everything at once feeling that you only really get all the time when you're like below the age of 7. And that's not all the time. It's probably just like half a day. But, as you get older and older and older, it's like it gets limited to like once a week, once a month, once a year. And then I feel like maybe even when you're over a certain age, it's like some people, I feel like some people will have their last, those, you think about like maybe when's the last time you like have that feeling of like, I don't know, it's not like one feeling. That kind of makes it sound like some sort of like thing. I don't know what I'm saying really. It's just sort of like, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm so grateful and lucky to be in this position. I just feel like I have so much value. And that's why this is exciting, this 1 hour video, because I filmed so many 1 hour videos. But to do it again is such a big deal to me because I think it's me telling myself that I'm trying again. And who knows how many views this will get? Who knows how many comments this will get? How many likes? And if it does 1,000, does 10,000, well, could that happen again tomorrow? Could that happen again the next day? Could I transition? Is this possible? Because right now it's Instagram. Right now, all this is possible because of Instagram. So what does my life look like when it's like a cross platform? Like I'm not a one platform wonder. Like this guy really has it. It's his face, it's his mind. He's walking an outline of the United States. That's why we watch. Not because of a homepage or an explore page or a For You page, because we searched for him, we know his name, we hear his voice, and we want him. That's what I think, and I don't. That's the thing. I don't. I reached a point doing this where I kind of let that go. You can go back. I've never deleted any videos. You can see I let it go. I think I started. You can go watch my first video, not my exact first video, but my first like public video with the intention of like, basically doing this. It's called recording number 1. I have a tie on and a button down, and you can hear how dry my mouth is because I'm so nervous because I think I wanted what I want right now for this video back then. But eventually, as a year, 2 years went by, I think that sort of faded. I think I started to think like, oh, I'm not worth that. I'm not valuable enough. And I'm lucky that my mind is like so, built in the way that I'm just totally able to overlook that, negative framework of like people only care about you because you're walking in outline of the United States. I don't care why they care. I don't care why they care. I just like, I'm so amazed that, looking at this YouTube channel, like I have a video from a couple days ago that's about to pass 100 views. That hasn't happened. That has not happened. It's happened, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't know how what to say, how to feel. Maybe we should switch the topic up. We talked about Adam Killa. We talked about what I'm trying to do here. How do we end this off? Should I just leave it here? That might be the good call to leave it at the 50-minute mark. I'm in love with the hour mark, and I feel like longtime listeners and especially longtime friends would be really, stoked to see that 1 hour timestamp because I'm thinking maybe I'll post this on my story. I'll just sort of let it go out. Oh, okay. For the last 10 minutes, we could talk about Clavicular. I love that guy. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, I hate that guy. And that's cool. But guess what? Who's in control now? It's me. It's a one-way conversation. So click off the video because I got my opinions and dang it, I ain't never been afraid to share them. So if you don't know, basically only talking to my mom here. My mom would be the only person that doesn't know what Clavicular is. Clavicular is, I don't know his real name, but that's his screen name. I think his real name is like Brant. I don't know what his real name is. But he is sort of like the next face. Like he's the rookie of the year. Like, he's in the spotlight currently. All industries, all performance-based things, all all these things, they have that sort of thing, like the NBA, the NHL, it's like the rookie of the year, like the person of the hour, the man of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just sort of the it guy currently in the internet. Everyone's using his lingo. I'm seeing clips of him everywhere. He's all over my For You page. And why do I want to bring him up? I think I just wanted to tell you that I really like him. And I don't know why I feel I need to tell you that. I know some people really hate him. Some people love to make fun of him. And I think I just love that. I think I love when a person is just so hated and so loved at the same time. Like Kanye. I love that aspect. iDubbbz. I love these people that are so... I love Donald Trump. I love the polarizing aspect to a human being and others' perception of them. That's something that I feel like that's a goal of mine, to have that same polarizing, right now my comments are all filled with, people ask me questions a lot, but no one really is like, yo, I hate you. I get like one hate comment for every 20 normal comments. And that's just like, I don't know, maybe like part of me feels like maybe I'm like sort of soft because I can't allow myself to act in a way that I know will result in some people hating me. I don't want to ever feel like I'm restricted. Part of the beauty of what it is that I do here is there is a unique level of no restriction. I think you can always find that no restriction in anything that you do. I don't know. I just always want to make sure that I am breaking out of any sort of mold that I ever perceive. Because I think the moment that you put yourself in a category, then you kind of like doom yourself to a category. And I love Clavicular because the only way to be in the spotlight of the internet and to be polarizing in itself is to be someone that people don't necessarily, you're never going to be, like, say you have a coworker and his name is Matt. And say Matt, Matt, who cares what Matt's going to do next? It's not even like who cares. It's just like, I would never even raise the question. And if someone asked it to me, I'd be like, what kind of fucking question is that? Like, maybe I wouldn't know what he's going to do next, but I would never bring that up, as with this, Clavicular or Donald Trump or who is iDubbbz or who are other polarizing Kanye West. There's more that I just can't seem to, but these names, you say their name and along with their name, a damn killer, along with the name comes, I wonder what they're going to do next. Like a damn killer just recently, I was watching his videos and he like got into an altercation with someone sitting behind him on his plane and he like shoved the camera in their face. And I'm watching that, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't do that. But like, bro, I can't hate him because I would have never like thought he would have done that next. And all the comments are like super polarizing, And it's like clearly not he's just a genius. And I think part of his genius is he's really broke free from the opinions of the internet. Like he truly, it is completely not, he's really in a league of his own when it comes to his level of self-consciousness. I think he's maybe what it is he's extremely aware. I was going to say self-aware, but he's aware. I don't know if it's, more self-aware or more like it's just a certain kind of awareness that he has heightened. Like it's just like, it's a beautiful thing. And Clavicular clearly has it. I mean, that's all. It's not about Clavicular in particular, but Clavicular in particular. Clavicular in particular. Rhyme maxing. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. 54 minutes. I kind of want to end this 5 minutes early just out of spite, but I could, and Yeah, because maybe you don't want it to look like I just shot for that 1 hour mark just because like I wanted to get to a certain mark. So I think I'll end it right now. That's all I had to say. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe the video will be like 10-minute segments of me in random places. Maybe I need to get a mic. Maybe this, maybe that. Comment down below if you watched the whole thing. Comment, I watched the whole thing. Like the video if you liked it. Let me know if you want this to be on Spotify because maybe you don't have YouTube Premium. Yeah. Peace.